Yo, 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 yo. I got nothing. Hey guys, Michael here from Fat to Fit. So first off, I wanted to start this video by apologizing for my upload schedule for the past week or so. It's just been really busy with university and stuff, but I think most of that's under control. I'm pretty much done, so I should be getting back into my normal routine. But anyway, in today's video I wanted to do another what it is like being fat. I stuff that title up every single time, but I'm not going to edit it out. I never do. I don't think I ever do anyway. But what it is like being fat in a foreign country today. So I'm talking about one specific experience of mine, and it's the only really time I've actually visited a foreign country, and that was back in 2010. I was 15 going on 16 years old, and I was lucky enough to go and visit China for 3 weeks. A few of the bigger cities over there like Beijing and Nanjing and cities like that. And of course, being in a country like China, especially with the poverty rates and the large population, it's just like normally they weren't used to seeing someone white, let alone someone obese, to put it in simple terms. Just stating that as a pure observation. So when I went over that, it was kind of, yes, I was a different race, and that was kind of a wow factor for them. But even though they probably get a lot of tourists, I don't know why it was such a big thing. But even a bigger thing was my weight. And what you have to understand is, in China, they had completely different, completely different etiquette, or like a different manner of dealing with physical appearance and stuff. Like, they pretty much would just say what's on their mind, let's face it. When I was over there, I actually got called fat most days. Like, hey you fat boy. That's pretty much what they would say to me, and I had to learn not to take it as an insult. It was just an observation they were trying to say. It did hurt my feelings, don't get me wrong, it did hurt, but once I was there for a few days, I pretty much got used to it anyway. But just walking down the street, they're also very difficult for hiding. They don't hide their facial expressions either. If they see something that surprises them, they're like... Although I'm sure there's overweight and obese people in China, although there weren't many, I didn't see many while I was there for the duration. Because I think normally in a country like China, being overweight or obese, it's a sign of wealth, and someone who's lived a long time, and someone who has a lot of money and can spend a lot of money on food, which majority of the population does not. So to the average person just walking down the street, they probably wouldn't have seen someone who was obese every single day, or every now and then, probably when they just got tourists. And so I was definitely one of those people. There are other aspects of my China trip that where my weight kind of played a part in that. For example, in the mornings, a few of us would get up and go and walk around for breakfast, because normally the breakfast at the hotels was very traditional Chinese foods, and so sometimes we just wanted to crave something junk food, pretty much something Western, and so we'd be walking around the mornings looking for a McDonald's or something. They're pretty much everywhere in any country, but we'd be looking around for a McDonald's, and it would be quite a walk. It would take maybe 30 to 40 minutes to find a McDonald's, especially with the language barrier and stuff. You couldn't just go and ask someone, and so that was a lot of walking. And back then I probably wasn't my max weight yet at 120 kilos. I was over 100 kilos. I was probably around maybe the 110, probably around there. So that's still a lot of weight to be carrying around, especially for a 15-year-old. And so these mornings we spent walking, looking for Maccas, and that's pretty much the only thing that kept me going, because I was so puffed out. My feet were so sore every time we did this, and I was in quite a lot of pain. I remember specifically to get myself through it, I would be staring at the shoes of a friend walking in front of me, or a teacher walking in front of me. I'd be staring at the back of their shoes, counting their footsteps, just to take my mind off the pain of walking that far, and also having Maccas at the back of my mind as a reward after this kind of pushed me as well. But it was hard, a lot of walking, and you can't take like the bus or anything in China because there's people, pretty much the buses are so full, they're hanging out the windows and hanging out the doors, and so public transport was a no-go, so I was walking pretty much everywhere unless we were with our tour group. But the main thing was that the people, yeah, I used to think they just pretty much had no shame, they just called fat, they just call it as it is. Very honest people in China, called fat everywhere I went. Often, most of the time, the most common phrase was, "You fat boy, come here, come buy something." That's pretty much, they always tried to get me to buy something over there. But it's interesting to experience other people's cultures. It's probably not like that all around the world. It's definitely not like that all around the world, or even all of China maybe. But it was that was my experience when I went over there, and it is something I still remember to this day. It's something, I didn't see it as something negative, although I did at first, but it's just experiencing a different culture, and that's how it is over there. There's nothing you can really do or change. Maybe try to express your opinion, but if they're gonna say it as it is, it's probably something they've always done and probably always will do, unfortunately. But what can you do? Anyway, that's enough for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you've had any experiences in foreign countries with anything at all, really. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you later, guys.